Hello. Got a lot going on my workbench tonight. Got a trailer back here I'm trying to straighten out, but it's not working too well. I got it kind of torqued and twisted to try to get the twist out of the trailer, and I didn't want to move it too much. Trailer, you probably all, or most of you are all seen something like this in your lifetime. If you're older like I am, you've seen them. These are built for dragsters to fit in. These are what your long Econoline or your rail, front engine dragster type dragsters would fit into. I got magnets holding the back end down, otherwise I'd slide the car into it. But this is being built to house my Milner rail. I'm going to try to find out if I can build the truck that they had in the movie to kind of use that as a tow vehicle, but I'm not sure. But anywho, tonight I just wanted to start just really quick, prepping the body, getting the body ready for sectioning. This is the donor, or the victim, if you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, it's all good. Either way, it's going to be what we're going to be cutting on. Hacking and whacking. Let the sawdust fly, right? Got some shop cards in the mail today, just so everybody knows. I'll be doing them I'll try to do them tomorrow. Well, I may not have time tomorrow. That may be Saturday. But I'll touch bases on them and go over them with everybody. First thing on sectioning, you want to do, what we're going to kind of do is we're going to take like a zigzag cut out of the side of the car. We could go straight across, but then you're going to be cutting into your headlights. And you really don't want to cut in your headlights as much as possible. What you try to do as a section is you try to find the flattest areas that you can, kind of cut into without having to have a lot of extra body work. Reason being is if you got a body that's got a really big curve in it, you're going to have to do the body work if you got like the sculpted body side where it curves outward or and down, something like this. If you got, if you're cutting through this, you're going to have to get this all, you got so many different ways that body is contouring to get it to flow right and get it to look right. So I always try to go through the flattest part of the body. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to take the even amount. I'm just roughing this in right now just to kind of go over this really quick. Well, not quick, but you're going to want to take out the same amount all the way around the car. And what you're going to be doing is I'm just going to draw the lower line in on this. I'll get my pen to mark, or my pen to write, my marker to write, all the above. Been a long day. I've been on 10-hour days all week, and it'll be 10 hours on Saturday, 8 on Sunday, and 10 hours all next week, and getting old, I'm getting tired of it. Trying to catch up on past shipments and stuff at work, and yeah, probably be catching them up for the next 10 years, but that line ain't too straight. But what you're going to do is you're going to come across, wrap around the front, come down the side, step it up over top of the wheel well. You may even want to come back a little further back in this area. But you're going to step over the wheel well, come back, and then when you're in the flat part of, the flattest part of the front fender where you're not away, by the door line, the door jamb, you can come down anywhere in here. That mold release on there ain't letting me write. What we're going to try to do is we're trying to line it up in the flattest part of the body. But like I say, the door here, the whole side of the door from about here up to here is pretty well flat. Let me try something once. From here up to here is pretty well flat. So you could even come straight across where you're at here. You can kind of come across the body that way. I'll draw these all in a little bit more better. I just want to kind of touch bases and go over this not really quick, but I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm pressed for time tonight. Should have waited till another night, but I wanted to get it out. What you're going to want to do is just come straight. Whoops. Don't do that. Come straight across. Then you got to kind of keep an eye on when you get into the rear quarter area. You're going to want to stay in the flat area between here and here. You're going to want to come straight across. But when you get back to the back, if you want to try to keep this crown without disturbing that, and then, you know, the taillight matter, or the taillight area doesn't really matter. You can come across and then over in here kind of step down and come back into the rear quarter. And if you play it right, if you have a roll pan that's cut off like this, where the roll pan is glued on separately, you can try to line your line up on the outside here. Try to line that line up with the lower edge of that cut off of the valance. That way this line coming across here matches this line here. So when you cut this off, all you had to do is just leave this edge here. You're just going to come up in here and cut the lower half off. Then your roll pan would come up to there and then fit flush across the bottom of the body here. This will all make sense when I start cutting it apart, I hope. I haven't done a section job in quite a while. I know how to do them. It's just been a while to do it since I've done one. And I feel a sneeze coming on. Maybe not. You're going to want, like I say, come back straight as possible. You're going to come down. And like I say, I'm going to have to clean this up a little bit. That trailer's going to be in the way back here. Right about there is the line. This line right here follows this lower edge here. So we're going to try to play off of that. Play off of this edge right here as much as we can. Like I say, we'll just come up and cut off X amount. To keep in suit with the 51 Fleet line that I did the channel and the body drop, if you want to call it that. That one we did 1/4 of an inch all the way around on the interior. And being that you've already seen the body drop, the channeling how-to, that'll already set you up for doing the interior on a section job. Because when you do the body, you have to do the interior as well. Everything that we did on the channeling video will be done on your sectioning, you know, car that you, whatever you decide to section out. So after you're done with the body, the interior and everything else, chassis work, all that other stuff follows the same as the body or the channeling video. Now with this, what you're going to do is everything's got to match one another. If you're going to come up 1/4 inch off of this angle has to match at 1/4 of an inch too. You're going to come up, and this angle or this line has to match at 1/4 of an inch too. Everything that you cut, every angle that you cut, every line that you cut on, the other one has to mirror it almost identically. And it has to stay within, air quotes, within the 1/4 of an inch or the same measurement all the way around the entire car. You're going to mark this side of the car, then we're going to end up marking this side of the car. Likewise, we'll come across. Next time I'm hoping to have this trailer out of the way because this is a pain in the butt. You're going to have to come across the front the same way, in the same fashion. And we're going to actually be cutting into the bottom side of the headlight a little bit. You're going to want to cut, you're going to have to cut every panel coming around the car, even the back here, the rear, you know, the stone guard. You're going to have to cut this. And this will all just come out. This whole lower half will just come out, drop out. I can mark this a little bit better on the next video when I have a little bit more time to go over everything a little bit more. Give you a little bit better idea. Sectioning, what they did, you know, back in the 50s when they sectioned a lot of the cars, this was just done just to make the appearance of a flat slabbed sided car that just looked huge. All they did was, you know, they came up with the idea of sectioning a car. That way it would reduce the overall height of the side of the car, and it wouldn't make it so slab-sided. It's going to bring this down to where you're almost going to lose, that much of the body of the car. Give you an idea. I don't know if you can picture it in your mind or not, but in the end, this car will be reduced down 1/4 of an inch. That gap here is going to be taken completely out, and it's going to be brought down, and it's just going to give it that more, you know, slimmer, sleeker look, kind of a, you know, look fast, sleek, sitting still kind of thing. And then in the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this roof off from here to here, and then probably come across here. I'm going to cut that whole back half off. I'm going to move it back. Like I said in the last video, this step from here to here, that back glass is going to be laying almost flat. It's going to look wonky. This whole back half of the roof has got to come back about 1/4 inch, almost 3/8 of an inch, to get this edge to sit more in line with this. I may even end up cutting this whole trim out off the back and taking this lip right here that you can see standing up, taking that and then kind of raking that and angling it forward just to kind of give this the same pitch as that roof is, just to make it look aesthetically right. This is where when you've been cutting for a while, you kind of see a little, and I'm going to use a 75-cent word here, Joe, sorry, but all the idiosyncrasies of a car, you're going to notice all this little stuff kind of stand out and jump out at you after a while of cutting and modifying stuff. And you'll just, you know, little things like this will just bug you, like it bugs me, but so we're going to have to maybe do something with that. I'm hoping that by cutting the roof and just bringing the roof section back, it'll bring it more in line. It'll look good enough. If not, I'll rip this across and around, and maybe even cut it down through here and across, and then just lay this forward just to give a little bit better angle to it compared to the roof. But for now, we're just going to cut the video off here. I just wanted, like I say, touch bases with you and kind of start getting ready, prepping the video for the tutorial for sectioning. I know this is just a kind of a quick fly-by in the seat of your pants kind of moment tonight, but been a busy week this week. I've had my daughter graduated. Well, we had her ceremony last night for graduating from 8th grade, so we were there last night. Last Sunday we were down at my niece's graduation. She graduated from grade school, going into a freshman at high school now, same as my daughter. So I've been kind of running back and forth, tizzy, just kind of, you know, fast-paced week, whatever. And then this week, like I said, I've been working 10 hours, so I'm a little drawn out, a little wore out right now. But anywho, with that in mind, like I say, we'll touch bases probably, hopefully this weekend sometime or early part of next week and get back on track a little bit with some of these videos. And we'll get back on this here. I've also got a couple of videos coming up that I want to do as far as some older Survivor cars. I'll get into that more later when I do the video. I'll explain all that when I do it. But with that in mind, before I do sneeze here, I'll cut you all loose and we'll catch up with you later. Take care and hope everybody has a good week, and we'll catch you on the corner. Take care. Bye.